Alright, now we're back. And we are going to continue building the ferry here. I want to finish off rounding out the front of this. I realized we were doing a mining ferry, and perhaps this is not the most industrial looking thing yet. So I might have to work on that. I might have to tone down the scenic windows and opt for just a little bit more plain setup. I think that would fit the theme a little bit better. But I'm not entirely opposed to the way it looks right now. It's not terrible. I do want to add one more line of these right to the end. That's where they're going to terminate. And then I got to figure out how I'm going to actually put end caps on this so that it looks nice. Also should pull up my notepad so I can actually see what exactly I need to be working on. There we go. Much better. Get some windows in the sides too while I'm at it. Clean up everything just a little bit. That and there. Same thing on this side. Oops, I guess I quite lined that up right. What's going on here? Oh, still not lined up right. There we go. We got that set up. Need to fix the windows. I'm kind of tempted to wrap the windows around and have them go vertical as well. Might be kind of cool. Again, it's not really an industrial look then. Let's not do that. Let's go for a solid cap on this side. Like very simple style here. Just kind of wrap it around on both sides. Okay. Oh, more windows. Would like to make them barred windows. That's not really an option. Perhaps I could just go with 1x1 windows to make them look a little bit more reinforced. Not bad. Yeah, I like that look a little bit better. Need to do something about the front of this vehicle though. Not sure what exactly to do. I gotta do something to make it look better. And I think it's time we turned off all these lights with a little paint. That looks a little bit better. Now it doesn't look like you're going to grab a light bulb every single time. Significantly better. All right. Let's round off these ends with something. I think that could be rounded really nicely if I tried. And there's no way to get a nice window on it if I round it, but I could round it regardless. Yeah, it's okay. Make that match the front to see what it looks like. Yeah, I can live with that. Let's make this side here a little bit nicer. Looks alright on the inside. Alright on the outside. Though I'm going to have to make it airtight, so it's not going to look as great on the outside in a second. Oh, what if I do, I have to do a window like that. I'm not going to do that. I don't like the way that looks at all. We're going to use small windows. And we're going to find some way to tile this that looks okay. I might even just have to use small windows entirely. And I can bubble it to make it airtight while still maintaining some sort of shape. What the? Of course I can't place that. Why would it let me do something that makes sense? This rim right here is really thick. I think I can flip these. Can I? Oh yeah, there we go. Much better. Now we have a thinner window. This still looks kind of funky, but I can add like some greeble and whatnot onto here. I can never remember what these things are called. They're called columns. I'm just gonna like slap a couple on here to remind myself to do something with this. These would probably look decent in combination. I need that one. And then, oh, dang it, that one. Okay. There's something floating over here now. Get rid of that. And we can add a few other things. I should rotate this. It's going to bother me. We'll go like that. And a lot of coloring will make this stuff look better as well. So, I'm not going to worry too much about it. I might try the exact same setup on the front here. Similar setup, maybe not exactly the same. I think I want to wrap this bit around more than I did on the other side. Just on those two corners. Just to fuse that with the front a little bit better. I do think that looks better. So we're going to do it back here too. Okay. The shape is coming together. How does it feel on the inside? This is very wide open on top. I think I need to enclose the top a little bit more. It feels a little bit strange. Those windows go too far. They go to the end. I don't feel like they should, now that I'm looking at it. Perhaps if I stopped them there. Yeah, we can make this work. I think. Except these bars are going to be in the way. 'Cause I had to put the windows on top because of the bars. Otherwise, I could put the windows on the bottom to switch which side the windows are on. And then do something like this. Maybe I make the bars not go all the way to the end. I actually think that'd probably be a better solution. And then I place these few windows from the inside. So the bars end here instead of going all the way. Or they just don't do this down bit at the end. They turn in right here. I know we have the right piece. There we go. We can use those, and they will just merge into the blocks on the end. Even though we use slope blocks, because they do overlap slightly. And finishing touch here. Ooh, wait, I can't do that. This is the whole point. It's that I have to use the windows on the inside. This one doesn't have to be on the inside, this one can be on the outside. But the rest have to be on the inside. Still doesn't quite feel right. Something about this still kind of just feels wrong. It's too flat. The end of this on the inside is just way too flat. We'll leave this side for now, and then we'll mess with the other side of the vehicle until we come up with something we like. Oh, I didn't think those would reattach. That's weird. It's a little bit weird that that's floating. I think that's even worse, though. If I rotate it that way, it's also kind of weird. I think that's just the best we're going to get with that setup. And what we can do to solve the problems is change this block. One of those. I like that, so I'm going to do it down here too. back this window up now. Slightly. I actually think just adding this little trim is almost enough. To break up the flatness of the back. I could add something else here too. Not sure what though. Maybe just some sloped blocks like that. I'm struggling to make this look nice. Perhaps a little bit of paint will go a long ways here. It's kind of hard to say. I might have to revisit that. I'm going to have to do a bunch of painting regardless, and I might have to change some other things when I do the painting. For now, we will do a compromise between the front and the back. I kind of like the way this trim looks, but at the same time that screws with how the window looks. I don't have a nice straight across there. Maybe I could just get rid of this bit though. Embrace the squareness of these top windows. Go like that. And do the same thing back here. Instead of going out, just go straight across. It trims the windows a little bit nicer. And it's supposed to be an industrial look, so maybe I shouldn't complain. A little less free-flowing, a little more boxy. And that gives me room to smooth this out a lot better. Get rid of all the armor edges, which I like. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. this bathroom more. It is a little bit too minimal for my liking. And I have a ship that has a bathroom in it that I might reference for this. What is this extra pod doing over here? It's the same as this one, right? I don't remember which one's the most up-to-date version, so we're just going to paste that over there for now. Figure that out when I start working on it again. I could actually mesh that in even nicer if I wanted to. Alright, that's going to be like that when it's attached. Plenty of clearance in the front here. I actually think I might want to attach my O2H2 over here. And I might not be able to put this battery here, honestly, because I need to set up a whole bunch of AI blocks right behind the connector here so that I can have this automatically dock to things. I don't think there's going to be any way around putting them there. And I'm going to have a camera here as well, inlaid just a little bit back, because I found you have to have it a little ways back in order to actually see out of, or to see the connector. You need the camera to be that far back. So that'll be perfect for maneuvering that connector into place. And I actually do need, I'm going to put a merge block. Wait, the merge block goes, let's see what I usually do, right above the door. So that's what I'm going to do on this as well. Merge block right there. And have a little bit of a tab on that, just for flavor. This is going to all have to be AI blocks behind here, which means we need to find a new place for our battery as well. Luckily, that's already on my list of things to do. I was going to add small cargo containers on the inside for putting a bunch of mining equipment in. I think that'd be kind of cool. And I might even put that... Not sure. Not sure at all. I'll think about that later. Now I'm going to keep cleaning up some of the hull space. If I put that tank there, and then I put the oxygen tank on it, how would that actually look? A little bit strange, but honestly not bad in my opinion. It totally blocks the view, for a couple of these, but that's okay. And it gives me an excuse to put some thrusters on this module in particular, which I don't think is a bad thing. It'd be nice to be able to move this around with some minimal amount of stuff. I don't want this to be extremely maneuverable when it's separated from its drive module, but being able to maneuver it a tiny bit I don't think is a bad thing. So this is where the backwards facing thrusters will go. And I think it'll make it look kind of nice too, honestly. Perhaps we will bring out some beam blocks here. Give that a little bit of structure. That's good. This bottom part's going to be a little bit different because I'm going to extend this platform at least to here. Perhaps like that. And then I could do the same thing on the other side. Can I actually? Or will it be exposing the interior? I think I can. Ah, that's nice. Smoothing away slowly. Is that going to be an airtightness problem? That's the back of the chair I'm seeing. So we can find out. Let's close all these doors. It's yellow. What does yellow mean? I think that means it's not airtight. Yep, of course, the backs of the chairs are not airtight, so I'm gonna have to cover that. Good to know that the rest of it's airtight though already, with all these windows and shenanigans going on. Easy solution to this problem. We're just gonna use one of these blocks. Oops. Use it on both sides to just mirror it nicely. Alright. That's sorted to a degree. Just getting a little bit putsy with this. Alright, I like that. Let's add some railings and whatnot to this bit here. That'll make it look really nice. We're gonna get this black color. And then we're going to add some caution strips onto this. Scrolled the wrong way. Okay, when I do that. Those will kind of go like that. I need to make sure nothing is placed against the front of this so that it doesn't actually connect the grids when I merge it. Gotta be a little bit careful with that. Alright. Enough putzing with this, I think. Is this room airtight? Just want to check that real quick. Yes, airtight. Is the airlock airtight? Absolutely. Is the bathroom airtight? Alright. The entire interior is airtight. So now I need to just not break that while I'm working on the rest of it outside. And we'll be alright. Now, what don't I have? I can take a couple things off my list now. We got the H2O2 generator and the oxygen tank. Wow, I cannot speak right now. H2O2 and oxygen tank taken care of. Why is that so hard to say? The heck? I could actually put a solar panel on the top of this. Could I actually? It's 5 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would kind of overhang a little bit weird. I could bump that in one more. Maybe? I think having a solar panel would not be the worst thing in the world to add to this. Would have to change a few things though. Like get rid of this. I'd have to get rid of that and that and that. Just gonna see how it would fit up here. Not great. I don't know. I don't know if I like it. Honestly. It definitely wouldn't really fit well on the other side. I think integrating it is worth it probably though. Purely for the function of the vehicle, it's probably worth it. I guess it doesn't look terrible. Perhaps doing something with the front here would make it look a little bit better. Even maybe like wrapping this in. So it looks a little more integrated. Something like that. I'll take it. It's worth having. Solar panel somewhere. And if this is ever just parked and left on a planet, then it's got at least some power production of its own. Speaking of which, is it worth having some small hydrogen tanks and a hydrogen engine on this? Because I could put a hydrogen engine right here. And that might be a good thing to do. I need to make sure to not get in the way of that though, because it'll burn. So I'd actually have to inlay it, which would break my air tightness. So maybe I can't actually put it there. I think having a couple hydrogen engines right here, though, on the drive part of the module would be good, because I do still want to add a couple of those. I also kind of need to add H2O2 generators. It's a little bit awkward. If I add it all on this side, maybe I can get away with it. I'm not going to like the way it looks, but I really want it for the function of the vehicle. So I think I'm going to go ahead, slap some down, and stare at it for a minute. It's usually how I solve these problems. I stare at them until I don't think they're problems anymore. So I would go like that, and then I need an engine. The engines would have to go like that. And then technically that would all work. I would want to cover this side a little bit though, because I really don't like just having these big wide open things sitting there. I could go with some of the new DLC though. Oh, actually, I could put my merge blocks on there. It'd be kind of weird having the merge blocks sticking out further than the other stuff, but I do need to put them. If I put the big flat merge blocks here, get rid of this. It's not bad. Is the back of the merge block airtight? That's the question, because I had to put them on the other grid too. And that's the inside of my ship right there, I'm pretty sure. I almost guarantee this merge block is not airtight on the other side. It doesn't look like it should be, because you can see through the corners. I don't think that's ever stopped Keen from making something airtight before, so I won't stop them now. Ooh, that is interesting. So it's not airtight because I'm not refilling, or do I just not have a battery? We're just gonna slap one there for now. Oh, that's so weird. I can actually cover this though. I always forget how useful these panel blocks are. I'm still not filling up. Why is that? Where did I break my airtightness? Please, game. Don't be difficult. Oh, this room's already not airtight to this room. We can pretend it is. Oh, hey. I'm filling up, and I'm filling up really slowly. Which means I probably have a leak somewhere. It's a little bit sad. Where's my leak? Don't know. that block exist? Where is that? Oh, here it is. Such a random block group for that to be in. I don't like it. Right, before we forget, we actually do need to hook this back up. I think this is going to be an air leak problem we're going to have to fix on the inside. Yep, it would be, but we are going to fix it right now. Don't really like the way that's looking. Perhaps we can resolve this though. Not really. That is the problem with the solar panel. I think it's just going to have to be a little bit awkward. It's not rotating the way I expect it to. Ugh, so frustrating when that happens. That's okay. It does break the line of sight a little bit down the middle. But if I make it symmetric, I don't think it's going to bother me as much. Suboptimal, but functional. We're going to settle for that. There we go. Not having gravity is a total pain. How's our air tightness looking? Rapidly pressurized. Good to know. Still rapidly pressurizing. So this is actually airtight behind here. It looks terrible though, so I really don't want to leave it that way. Cover that one up. I don't mind it over here. Not nearly as much. Because this is buried behind the survival kit, so you'll never see it from the inside. And if I cover it nicely on the outside, it won't matter at all. You could also use small merge blocks instead of the big ones, but I kind of like the idea of using a big one. At least one. I'd like to do it on both sides to give it a really secure look. But if we can't, we can't. That's just going to be life. We will move on. Could also do this a little bit differently. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it on the front here. I want the little bar to face the same way. I want it to be like that. Okay, merged. That looks okay. We're gonna have to fix this area. Integrate the merge block a little bit better. And then add something in this region so it doesn't look so flat where it's facing the front of the vehicle. You gotta streamline it a little bit better, kind of how we did this side. Doesn't have to be amazing, but it has to look okay. And I also want to add thrusters in the various other directions. So we need 2 forwards, 2 up, 2 down, 2 left, 2 right. And then this will function as a vehicle as well. And we're going to need gyroscopes. A couple, at least. Just so this can spin a little bit on its own. And I think I'll add landing gear to the main body over here. Should work just fine. Don't want this to be too high off the ground so that you can't step up into it, but I do want it to be comfortable for people to use. I think we have a better block for this specific block location. Yeah, slightly better. Not substantial, but slightly better. I really do think I need to cover that from the front so it doesn't look so silly. That already looks better. Well, maybe I just leave it open like that. I have to add something around this part though to make it look nicer, and I have to cover this for sure. Oh no, I can't use this because it's too fat. Ah, man. I was really hoping that this would go right on there, but it's too deep because it actually opens up. Conveyor cap, that's what it's called. Do I have a big cap for a small grid? Oh wait, I do. Oh no, let's just... Is this the one? Oh, nice. I like it a lot. Let's cover that up. I wish I covered the corners a little bit better, but I probably shouldn't complain, because that's not bad at all. Do you think I need some sort of structure around this, though? Yeah, like that. That takes care of our engine problem and our merge block problem, as well as having a few H2O2 generators on our actual drive module. Lock that up, see how it looks fully configured. I still want a little bit more shape going on here. Perhaps having some sort of antenna-like array here would be good. Wait, there's a 2x2 wheel? How did I never know this? Is that just a 1x1? is actually called 2x2? No, it's a 2x2 wheel. Wait, where's the 1x1 wheel? I did not know. When did they add the 2x2 wheel? I had no idea that there was a 2x2 wheel now. That's actually crazy. I had no idea about that. Alright, this is looking pretty good. Still need a little bit more here. That actually might not be a bad place to put a ladder. As weird as that sounds, when it's parked on the ground, to climb on top of it, I don't have any location for that. I guess I could do it here. I like it better up here, though. If I can put a ladder here and it doesn't get burned, I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Oh no. The half blocks. No, I want to put it right up against here. That would look so nice. Like right there. But I can't. I would have to put it way over here, which is gross. I really want a ladder now, though. The heck? There's no way on top of this at the moment. When it's actually parked, there's no way to go up and do maintenance on the top. Once again, like the ladder would fit so nicely right there, but I would have to move it over. Which is... And it would get burned in the back there. It really has to go on the front. Ah, we can make it work. About like that. The top also has to be angled nicely, otherwise you're not going to be able to actually climb up it and get onto the top. Like this actually won't work. It has to be like this at most. Maybe that would work. It's kind of hard to say without testing. But we can go down onto the planet and do testing in a little bit. We're going to have to test if it can fly anyway, so... those attachment points look proper. Hopefully the paint job makes it look better, not worse. It's always a risk when you design the whole thing in one single tone and then you go and try and paint it. Sometimes the paint does not help. I need to get like the paint gun so I can not have to do it this way. How is that actually gonna look? Not sure yet. I think that looks alright from the inside. I should cover this top bit, maybe. Or maybe even just sloping it a little nicer. I don't like how we have this gray bit here. Not sure there's anything I can do about it though. I actually think that the ground right here should be painted. Something slightly different. I think this is going to look alright though. I'm noticing now that I have a little discrepancy here though. There we go. Now that's exactly like the back. And I'm going to go ahead and finish painting. Paint from this side. We'll finish painting just some of this accent color stuff. Not going to do everything right now. But we're getting further and further in the build, so I got to keep up with how it actually looks. I might actually paint all the window bars black too. No idea how this block up here got painted. I don't think I was aiming at that. Might have to do some of this painting from the inside. Try and do as much from the outside as I can. We'll do something a little bit more interesting on the bottom here. Make it look nice. Not just yet, though. Whoops. I just put a whole bunch of blocks inside here somewhere. There. It's getting there. I'll just make sure the colors aren't too weird on the inside. I think that one has to be black, unfortunately. Oh, no, it doesn't. That was that right there. You can just remove some of that and it'll look fine. pretty good. Go. Blend that a little bit better. Button on top there, wouldn't I? Yes, I would. I can do without it. Now, I've forgotten entirely about adding some thrusters to this vehicle. Distracted by adding this. Actually, whoa. I like the way that looks with the black merge block. I'm gonna leave that. That was an accident, but a happy accident, I guess. Shoot, I am painting both sides. I do not mean to be doing that. I don't think I screwed anything up. Gyros. We need gyros. I'm half tempted to line a whole bunch of gyros right along here. Top and bottom, front and back. And then put this beam block down over them. Let's give it a shot. That might be the way to go with this. I want to make sure it's actually mirrored on the top and the bottom. I think it is. think that still looks decent. We'll see how it looks with gyros. Of course, I can't actually place gyros here because of the nice block there, but I can reinforce it there instead. I can go like that. Come on. I guess it really isn't a good way to do something there. Hey, welcome back. Yeah, I'm finally adding gyros. I've been ignoring the gyros for a while. It just occurred to me that I hadn't actually resolved that yet. It's some gyros. And they're on the right area. Yeah, it's nice when you can make it look good. Sometimes they can look a little bit weird. Like, I'm not particularly fond of how this end looks right here, but I think I'm gonna fix that by just putting like a proper cap on it. And you can still kind of see that there are gyros underneath there. I like that much better. Started doing a bit of a paint job. You know, just stealing paint jobs from other vehicles of mine. Basically, all I ever do. Yeah, I don't think it's an issue. I do feel like I kind of want to branch out to some other looks eventually, but I find this one very satisfying because it's easy to do and it makes things look pretty darn good. Yeah, yeah. Easy to do. The interior definitely needs a little bit more color. I think I could use some accent colors around. Yeah, I gotta do some sort of paint job on the ground here because this is a little bit too white on the inside. I want it to have a little bit more texture to it. And I still have to put lights in the whole thing, which is becoming more and more of an issue as I run out of places I can actually put lights. But I'll find somewhere for them eventually. Yeah, I just capped the ends off. I didn't really do anything complicated. I just cleaned them up a little bit. Yeah, the end caps are on. Yeah, it doesn't need to be super complicated. Added on these little bits here, the O2 and the oxygen, the generator and the oxygen, at least for this compartment. And then I also added on some hydrogen engines to the drive module and a couple O2 tanks. And put some end caps on them and kind of just framed them in decently. We got a ladder so that when it's parked on the ground, it'll work just fine. I feel like this is one of those things, you know, when you have a construction site and you just go and it's like a trailer. They drop off a trailer and that's what the workers use to, like, the manager stays in it and stuff. I feel like that's what this is kind of turning into, where I've got this separable drive module and then I have like the big camper van thing. So it brings all the miners down and they can just like use it down there and it gets dropped off, and then the drive module gets repurposed and used to haul materials up and down to the planet with a different set of things, which actually makes a lot of sense. And they can just leave this on the ground as like their headquarters or whatever. They can string hammocks between the poles here and then sleep in it like it's a ship. I don't know. I like it. It's got like its own whole vibe to it. Yeah, there we go. Still doing pretty good. What else do I need? I gotta like check my list again. Lights, landing gear, AI blocks for sure. I need to find a new place for the battery. Roleplay. Yeah, start off as a miner and you're just dropped on a planet with a whole bunch of others. So I removed the battery from underneath here because I'm going to need to put a bunch of AI blocks directly behind the connector here so that I can guide it perfectly into place. So now I need to find a new place to put batteries for this major vehicle part. I could go with one large battery or I could go a few small ones. Either would probably work. I'm half tempted to sneak a battery up underneath here. Like right here almost. Except that that breaks into the walking area. So maybe not right there. Somewhere around here though, I feel like would be a very good spot for a battery. What is this? Oh, that's the air vent. I'm trying to figure out what that is for so long. That's the air vent. Yeah, at least for here, I'm gonna go with the old cam. The new one I might use elsewhere, but I also do have cameras on the drive module, the front and the back at least. I might use one of the new cams on the drive module though for docking. So facing towards where I am right now. Might actually be a perfect place to use it because I don't really want to set up something weird. So like setting it up right here so I can see where I'm merging might be the thing to do. Yeah, that'd be useful. You know, I thought I'd use the new camera more than I have been, but I keep finding like I'm so used to using the old one. All my designs I'm used to making revolve around the old one working, so I just haven't found a lot of places where I really want to use the new one. Not yet, at least. That button's going to be for the air vent in that room. I think I should have some buttons elsewhere too. Really? This guy doesn't take thruster damage? That's super weird. Classic oversight. Maybe if it's like right in front of a thruster, because you can put the angled block like this right in front of a thruster, and like a hydrogen thruster won't deal damage to it as long as the thruster is in like this block. It's kind of weird. I hope it does get patched regardless, because that's just silly. Take this for a test drive now though, because I have gyros and I have thrusters in every direction. Oh yeah, whips around. Feels oddly good to drive. Looks kind of silly, but it feels really good. Oh no, my thrusters are damaging. Dang it. I knew this was going to be a problem. Alright, well, I'm glad I took it for the test drive. That was part of the reason I was doing that. What are my thrusters damaging? It's gotta be... okay, what is the middle? It's gotta be just this one block. I bet that's the only block that actually got damaged. I bet if I just clean this all up now, it won't take any damage. It took damage up here too, though. I knew it did damage 7 blocks out, but I thought I might be able to get away with a half a block at the end. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and a half. Shoot. Well, it looks like we're going to have to extend this a little bit. Not the end of the world. A little bit annoying, though. We can do it. hadn't blueprinted that in a really long time. It's good time to do it. Oh, there we go. Forever. Jeez. Okay. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Ah, how do I want to do this? Do I want to just extend from this side or that side? I guess that lines everything up at least. Not the worst thing in the world. Again, that was an accident. Did not mean to place those like I did, but I kind of like it now. So I'm going to leave it. Keeps happening today. Yeah. Though I do want to make it match the other side. I kind of like the way that looks, but I'm going to go for a little bit more matching. Might as well go ahead and do that while we're at it. I kind of like it. Oh, we could do this. We could get our Among Us box out and use that here. Kind of weird. I think I like the little one better. Yeah, we'll stick with that. think I actually have enough room to use this one now. Hey, improvement. Improvements all around. Flip this though, so it matches the interior door. Yeah, fine with that. Well, actually, I think this has... I care so much about the details. I always think about like how it would actually function in real life, even though it's a freaking video game. This would be more functional because if this was landed on the ground, it would open nicely. I think that would be better. If you're pulling anything in and out of it, be a little bit safe, a little more safe. Alright, before we delete a bunch of stuff, except for that stuff, we can get rid of that. You need to take a blueprint and then take this for a test drive. PCU is this 7,000? It's not even that much, considering what this is. Still have a bunch of blocks to add, though. I bet it gets to around 9,000 PCU before we're done. Please don't explode. I'd be so sad. I don't want to make it any wider than it already is. I think we're good. I don't see any more explosions. Alright, should we take this for a test flight on the planet now? I think it's time to do it before we get too excited about it working. For some reason, it's not letting me put my character here. Oh, it did. It just didn't take me out of the mode I was in. Well, we are flying very comfortably. Feels like we're not moving, but we are. I turn off the hydrogen. Alright, so the 4 atmospheric thrusters are enough to allow us to hover, which is pretty cool. And we can fly without the atmospheric thrusters as well if we need to. Good to know. It's very stable too. I guess it helps that it doesn't have subgrids. Alright. I mean, whoa, except for the audio going crazy when you sit in a seat. Everyone here is going to be deaf by the time they get wherever they're going. I think this is like, overall, there's a whole bunch of polishing that still needs to be done, but the large part of designing the ship is more or less complete. Still have a few things to do here and there. I need to add some batteries and things like that. I might actually add a row of batteries right underneath here so that they're visible and you can work on them if you have to. But I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out. I don't think there's a whole lot of major changes that I'm going to make before finishing it off. Let's see, is there anything on my list? Yeah, I might add some small cargo containers to the inside by the seats. And put like mining equipment in it, put some like a drill in each of them or something like that. Add a bunch of flavor stuff. That all falls into polishing for me. Lights, that's kind of a big one. And landing gear. Oh, I really should finish the bottom. I'm going to do kind of a zigzag X pattern across the bottom so it looks structural. And then I need to add a little bit more detail to these big flat areas. And that's going to be fine. Some landing gear. The thruster module, I'm done with that. I don't think I'm going to do much for that. Yeah, it's really just polishing stuff. I'm pretty happy with this. Now I need to do, aside from polishing the whole ship and doing a little bit more paint, I also need to do all of the AI stuff. I gotta put all the AI blocks in and then try and figure out how to make it run a route from the ground to space. But that's gonna be kind of tedious, so I'll probably just do that offline. Or I probably won't stream that because it's gonna be referencing a bunch of material the whole time. Yeah, I'm looking forward to what other people did. I don't know if anyone, like, I haven't seen any submissions yet. So, and this was something that was started like 2 months ago. I think a lot of people just got bogged down trying to do the AI. And I might have the same problem. I might not get the AI working, but still I hope people submit their builds so at least I can like walk around and look at them, because it's really cool to see stuff like this that other people put together and to get cool ideas and just like what style they went for. Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy with mine, but I really hope that I see a few other ones. Yeah, the AI it's new, relatively new for this game, and it doesn't always work the way you expect it to. And it's really inconsistent too. It's like it'll work right one time and then next time you do it, it won't work. And it's not exactly clear why. So, yeah, a little bit frustrating. Pretty cool though. I don't know. It's kind of asymmetrical in that it has some, I don't know, it has some asymmetry, but it is also symmetrical down the middle. But I like the asymmetry gave me like the initial idea of having like a drive pod and then a personnel pod. And I like what that turned into. So I don't always stick to asymmetry, but I think it leads to interesting designs. So it's worth trying occasionally. Because yeah, I'm pretty darn pleased with this whole idea and how it actually makes a lot of sense for like a mining company to go down and drop all the workers off and repurpose the thruster module for lifting ores. It's kind of neat. All right, let's blueprint this, go back up into space. I haven't thought about making the other build that's supposed to be done by the end of this month. I haven't even thought about that one yet. I pretty much got this one done in a day. It's probably going to take me another couple hours to polish it, but the majority of the work is done. The other build was like a colony ship, and I haven't even thought about that yet. I might try and slap something together on Thursday for that, but I'm going to prioritize getting this one done and polished up before I start doing that. Yeah, I haven't even thought about the colony ship thing. Kind of funny. I haven't seen any submissions for that one yet either. Though usually people wait till like the last couple days to submit something. So it's always possible that they just don't want to submit them yet, and they actually do have something done. This will be interesting. If nothing else, if we don't get a whole lot of submissions, even if we do, I'll probably do a showcase of this when I do finish it and polish it up. Oh, I should add laser antenna. I want to add a laser antenna to the top of this. I might actually do that like right in this area, because I think that'd be a cool addition. That would make sense. That on there. Oh, interesting. It actually teleported me to the Terra, not to the one we just built. Apparently the Terra is a larger grid. Make sure I have the most recent version pasted in, so when I log into this later, I don't start working on an old version and then have to combine them. Oh, I've done that too many times. Alright, I think that's going to be it for the stream today. Thanks for hanging out. It was good to get a lot of progress on this, and I'll see you guys next time.